Can't stand it any longer. Keep seeing these little tuna bust ups. I think I've sent them down anyway, but let's just have a little quick cast at them. I don't really think I've got an appropriate lure. They really need to be a bit smaller, I'd say. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? How beautiful is this day? I'm almost at my destination. A little bit more to go. Maybe another 20 Ks. But I keep going past these little tuna schools. I can't help myself. Alright, let's keep moving. Hard to resist, isn't it? Here and on these corners. I guess in here is the best, but it's a bit of a surge, so I guess I'm going to have to anchor out a little. So slight breeze pushed me back this way anyway, but I'll have to keep an eye on it for a little bit. But let's just get on the island first and we'll have a little look around. It's not much to look around on. As long as we don't lose our boat, we will be fine. Okay, let's get a little closer. Yep, no, it's definitely looking like the other side. None of the sides are really making it very easy, but the other side's protected enough. It's just about getting wet. So let's go over there. Well, might as well just jump in. The anchor seems to be holding just fine for now. A little bit of swell coming in all of a sudden. And, oh, it's not very deep really. So even if I did anchor here, I'd have to move it before low tide anyway. So let's just get on the CAY and we'll have a look around and we'll make a decision as to whether we're going to stay on here or not, because I'm starting to see some problems. But we'll talk about it once we're on there and we'll have a look around. All right. It's all a little unnerving, isn't it? Like just leaving your boat there by itself. I'm assuming that anchor's going to hold, for at least now it is, and I'll just keep an eye on it and go back. What I might do is, well, I've seen this little CAY for a long time and I've wanted to come back here and camp it because it's close to the other island here that I could see it from, that I've camped on before, but I didn't really know what to expect because I never really sort of came and jumped on it. And now that I'm here, I can see that there is a few issues. Oh, look at that, water washed right up then. This is pretty much the highest of high tides right now, but the tides do drop for maybe almost over 4 meters I think today. So the problem is, if I leave the boat, say where it is, it's only in about 2.5 meters of water just there. So there will be high and dry at some point, so I'd have to put the boat even further out. I don't know if there's a spot around this island that drops off for a long way out, and it's kind of surrounded by this annoying swell. It's not big enough to be dangerous, but it is big enough to mean that you can't really get your boat up any closer than sort of where I've got it now. What am I going to do? I guess I could run a second rope all the way into here as well and have it with the tent, so which would give me some peace of mind. But I don't know, I'd have to take it further out to somewhere where it drops off a bit deeper. to at least 4 meters, which could be another 100 meters away. Maybe over here, I'll have to check it out. So let's have a little walk around and just at least see it. Those birds are not happy with me, that's for sure. This is their island. How cool is this? You wouldn't think anything. Looks basically like a starfish, isn't it? That's cool. These flowers do develop a nice fruit as well, which would be sort of like this one here. Unfortunately, we missed the boat with that fruit, but they're actually quite sour and quite delicious, quite tangy. Not a whole lot else apart from that. Not much else can survive here, I guess. Look, it's the beginnings of a new island. There is actually things growing here. And if that can stay for a decent amount of time, the more birds that poo on it, the more things collect on it and break down. One day this CAY here could turn into a mighty island as well. This one's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's been here for a while. Well, a while, like not a long time in, like, you know, the Earth's kind of timeline, but in a human timeline, it's been here for a long time. It's actually a very cool little CAY, isn't it? Look at this perfectly flat area. That'd be perfect for the tent right here. I guess that the wind is pushing from that direction. It's pushing it back this way. As long as the current doesn't change, I'll wait till tide changes, which is pretty much now. Maybe I'll swim back to the boat and I'll bring it over here. If it drops off deeper here and looks safe to be there at low tide, then maybe I'll consider staying here and just pitch the tent right here, run the boat straight out there. But we'll have to find somewhere where it drops off that's not too far out. Otherwise, I think maybe the other option is just to sleep on the boat, which is very possible. But yeah, let's quickly go back to the boat and we'll make a call. But how cool, this place is awesome. And we're back. See, 3.2, but we're over rocks now. This is the problem. Very, very rocky. So, and this is still not far enough out. So if the wind changes at night, we got big problems. I thought we'd have a bit more sand to deal with. A bit further out from the CAY, but it kind of goes to rock pretty quick. I reckon we sort of take advantage of just this area first. It looks like the water is clearing up a bit, not so much here, but on the other side of the island there was. So we'll jump in the water, maybe we'll have a little bit of a fish, maybe no, we maybe even could cruise down along this reef edge and these rocks here and use the trolling motor and have a bit of a flick, and then we will make our mind up when the tide drops a bit, and then we'll see if we can get to the island safely. Get this guy fired up and just put spot lock on and have a little dive. And as long as it's holding, look, yeah, no, she's turning me around. You beauty. All right, well, we might as well quickly jump in. We'll see if we can spear fish. thought she had eggs, bummer. It's a pity I ripped her antenna off as well, but at least she'll be alright. She'll regrow those. Alright, well, just that little bit of time's made a big difference. I reckon we might just get it a little bit closer in and see if we can, whether I beach it or just get it even closer in and just see if I can get the gear up. I reckon it might be a go. Keep in mind that at high tide it will get rough again, so yeah, we just got to keep that in mind. Now's the perfect time to get the bag off, that's for sure. Decisions, eh? It's such a cool spot, but it's not without its issues. Anyway, at least the bag's up here now, and we've got time to think. I think it'll stay calm for a good while now. So that was the limit of the water, and it won't come up that high tonight. It's only a 3.3 meter tide tonight, whereas today when we got here was maybe 4 point something, so we should have a little bit of leeway. So even if we pitch a tent sort of along these outskirts and have the boat, we could even beach the boat now. Now would be the perfect time to do it, because I reckon high tide probably won't come much further up than about here. So, but when that tide swings around, it might be rougher here as well, so it's hard to tell what to do. Maybe we still leave it in the water for a little bit. Looks good here though, look at that. Anyway, maybe we go for a little dive and just let that water go down even a little bit more. perfect trout for me today. Beautiful. How's that fish? That is a real gift. Doesn't get any better than that. Coral trap for lunch and dinner. And the boat's still here as well. Kicking goals. And it's calmed down. Kay's really turning it on. Got a beautiful fish. Maybe we might pull this up just a little bit, just because it's a bit rocky here, and if the tide gets lower, yeah, it might be sitting on the rocks, and it's super nice and soft just there where I left the fish there. So we might pull the boat in and just get it up, maybe make it high and dry for a little while. That way we don't have to worry about it, because yeah, this is definitely, there's lots of big rocks here. Don't want to be in this zone if it gets much lower. Once the tide goes out just a little bit more, we'll be able to rest easy for a while. But look at this trout. Oh, she's a beauty. Perfect eating size. Easy over 40. But not too big that I'm going to be struggling to eat it all. That's a good one. Thought I'd be really clever and bring a long sleeve shirt for once, because I'm realizing just how un-sun smart I've been recently. But unfortunately I've gone to grab my hat or my lucky pen visor, and it must have blown off on the drive up. So I'm down, I've lost my last pen visor. Okay, you know what, maybe we'll go just a little bit higher, because I don't want to have to move the tent once I set it up, and come midday, whether I stay here or not, I want to know that it's safe. So maybe just this nice flat putt here. No, this looks good. Right here, right here. Been a while since I've unpacked the old tent. Feels good. Smells like a tent that's been packed up for a while. Nice. Could almost just go in just like that. Oh, I guess we will put the fly on because it's going to get pretty toasty. This tent was fine, and I guess it has had a good run in some respects, but hasn't been perfect either actually. I liked the idea of trying to do the vestibules again, but all in all I don't think it's been quite as good as I'd hoped in regards of matching the other one I had, the old hiking tent I had. It was a bit bigger though, which was nice, and it wasn't overly expensive. I think it was only about 130 bucks, 120 bucks I think I got it for on sale. But yeah, unfortunately it looks like it's Oh yeah, it's just falling apart. Look, it's corrosion. It's not like I got it super salty either. It's just there's salt in the air from all the trips. Definitely want this open, right? One little guy in the direction of the wind, just in case. And there we have it. We have shelter. Huh, it doesn't look so bad. Definitely keen to get in there and get some shade. I dare say I won't even need the sleeping bag today. It's going to be pretty toasty, but good to have options. Sometimes it does get cooler at night. Get a bit of a fog coming through and things like that. Always nice to get the tent set up, and just sitting here, it's quite nice. You can see the boat's high and dry now. You can probably just see the top of the rods there if I hold it up there. But yeah, might just chill here for a second and just take advantage of the shade that the tent's giving me, because there's no shade anywhere else. And yeah, and then we'll just wait till that sun, the hottest part of the day, because we're a fair bit past noon now, so the sun will start creeping down, and then what will happen is the intensity will just drop off dramatically, because during that middle part of the day from about 12 till 2 or 3, it's pretty intense. And especially like a campsite like this where there is no shade, there's no possibility of any kind of cover, it's pretty crazy to be out in the sun, and the full sun in that part of the day. So I think I might just chill here for a little bit, and we'll wait till that sun loses some of its bite. Yeah, look at this. It's the end of the tent, I'd say. All these zips just pulled apart. They didn't actually unzip. You can see the the zipper part down the bottom, or the pull part. But yeah, so I think yeah, this will be the last trip for this tent. And you know what? I'm trying to figure out a clever way to put my boat tent together, or some kind of way to camp on the boat. To give me a bit of an option, or maybe I just do the bivvy. Like, no, but then again, we do need some kind of shade, so we need to come up with something, whether it's a bimini or some kind of shade on the boat. And then I'm happy to just sleep, you know, open air on the boat, because the bugs won't be an issue. And the reason why I've always got to have a tent on most of my trips is because of the bugs. But on the boat, we can just go a bit further out and we don't have to worry about the bugs. So it definitely solves a problem, but I also do like to be able to come onto land and set up a tent. It's part of the fun, isn't it? So we'll mix it up there, but I'll have to have a think, and I guess I'll have to get some kind of tent again. How nice was it to have a dive though? I haven't been for a spearfish in so long. I guess I had intention to doing it in Sydney, but we didn't sort of find the time in the end, and we managed to get crabs and a couple of other things, so we didn't worry. Oh no, I did the dive for the mussels, didn't I? But that wasn't Sydney, that was quite a bit further down again. It feels like forever. For a while there, I was smashing them out real thick and fast, and then I felt like it was time to give it a break, but now I've given it a big break. So I'm definitely keen now to just get back into it, and it's, look, let's face it, it's pretty special to be able to do it, so I'm definitely keen. And I've noticed that there's a lot of driftwood that's washed up on this beach, so I think I actually might have a little fire and cook that. Maybe we do the cod trout on the fire? I don't know, we'll still use a pan maybe. Maybe I'll just do it simple, like I think just maybe chili, oil, just fry up some fillets and do the skin, like the crispy skin maybe. What else have we got? We got garlic. I didn't really get a lot. There was the only shop open was a pretty lo-fi food works. You didn't have a lot of produce, so I just had to grab whatever they had there. So maybe something simple. But we've done quite a few elaborate meals recently, so I don't feel too bad about doing just a nice classic fillets fried with maybe a light dusting of flour and some chili and spices or something like that. Anyway, we'll get to that. Let's just wait till the sun loses its bite, and we'll get back out there. And he's getting down a little bit. Still pretty toasty, but it's definitely a lot nicer. We'll quickly fillet that fish, I think. we're going to do fillets. I got a hankering for some good old-fashioned coral trout skin, crispy rinds, and And then just like, I haven't eaten all day today, and I didn't have anything in the morning before we hit the water, so and I didn't really have anything last night actually, so the more I think about it, I haven't eaten for over 24 hours, so I am dying to eat something. That is a beautiful looking trouty. Perfect, perfect, perfect size. I can't get over how perfect it is. It's going to be delicious. Probably should do it on the somewhere where you can see it. Move to this side just so you can see a bit better, because the sun was all a little bit bright, but it's going to be a particularly nice fish. Got a bit of a blood line, because when I speared this one, the shot went straight through his spine by the looks of things, because he sort of stopped him dead in his tracks. So you can see that line of blood that's in there. One. Oh, look at that. It's just pure crispy goodness right there. And you'll notice, a lot of people ask, but leave the scales on. They've got tiny little scales, and that's what gives it the crunch. So leave the scales on. Just going through all these bits and pieces, and I just realised my salt and pepper shaker got taken out because we were doing a barbecue and we'd run out of salt and pepper where we were, so it never got put back in, unfortunately. So we'll take the soy up, and if we need to, we can add a little bit in. Use the back of the knife rod. Ooh, I got cuts in my hands, and they're getting the chili in them. That's hot. Is it on? It is on. Got our new pan. Got this new pan, and went to sort of cut the handle off, and it broke off. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just whack a bit of wood on the end there. So we've got our new fancy low profile pan. Let that heat up for a sec. Ooh, now that's good on the cuts. Whoop. Yum. Get our chili and garlic on top. And what we might need to do is put this up as a windbreak, because it's taking a bit too long to get going. should be hot enough. And just this cooker just isn't getting that hot, which is annoying me actually a lot. It's just not that hot. I might have to go back to the other cooker because this is, yeah, this is only barely cutting it. Okay, let's get those off. I think we're good to go. Turn it off. And just scrape them down so it's fast. Oh, they're still sizzling. I can hear them. Okay, you guys get over there. Maybe a little bit of this. Ooh. And a little bit of lemon. Keep them on the side. And we are ready to eat. Maybe we'll go fork or chopsticks? Fork. Just a quick descend. Ah. Well, doesn't that look delicious? We've got our crispy skin. We've got our glazed coral trout. Being a bit generous with the glaze word. Yeah, let's try some. Okay, let's go a bit of crispy first. That one looks nice and crispy. Oh, it's hot. Still got a crisp. Still got some crunch. Pity I don't have salt and pepper on it. I think it needs that salt and pepper to give it that real crackling taste, but it's actually still delicious. It's still crispy, but not as crispy as it should be as well. But, mate, still full of that oily goodness. Do a bit of fish. Oh, coral trout's a real treat, isn't it? Look, perfect little flake-offs. God, I'm going to devour that. Coral trout is just so special. Bit of mayo. Let's get a bit of chili and mayo. There we go, that's the perfect mouthful. Good ratios. Bit of mayo and the chili on it. That's primo. So, not upset, I'm not going to miss the salt in that case. There's a little bit of salt and flavour on here. Probably would have been nice if we had the salt on the crispy skin. Let's just use our hands, eh? But we're still doing pretty good, I think, so. It was all very stressful trying to find a spot to come in here. And it's still not over. It's going to be a little bit touch and go when the water starts coming up, but I'll just have to keep an eye on it and keep moving the boat up or decide whether I anchor it out. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes and see what the swell sort of surge does. But I'll see you on the next video. I had a good day today. I'm so glad I made it here because it's actually quite a cool little sand cay, isn't it? Very picturesque. Did somewhat make it challenging to get onto the island, but now that I'm on here, it's actually lovely. And I've got front row seats pretty much to the best sunset in the world, so I'm just going to sit here, eat this, and I will see you tomorrow. Ooh. That one was crispy.